I just can't stop. But now I have to because there's nothing else for me to do. I don't know how long this is going to be. It's late and I got to go to bed. 375 or whatever the other set number is. I won't remember it off the top of my head. The Yellow Castle, the classic, quintessential, and coveted and sought after. It's kind of like coveted. Yellow Castle. Now, I never did a review on it. I don't know if this is going to be a review. I don't think I want it to be a review because then it's going to be even longer than it's going to be. But it is a pleasurable build if you like putting a lot of basic bricks together, and I do. So it was a pleasure to build this thing again for the I don't know how many times. And as I said in my last video, if that's actually uploaded, I don't know how I haven't finished uploading the last 5 videos, so I'll see how messy this gets. This lot contained at one point 2 yellow castles. Now, why a family owned 2 yellow castles, I have no idea. Many pieces are completely missing for the second one. There's a lot of core pieces are there, but it would take an exorbitant amount of pieces out of my collection to build the second yellow castle. And I don't need to do that because I already have one, at least one. But the build this one without the figs, I got maybe 8-10 pieces out of my collection, which is fantastic. But the leftover pieces over there, and I already looked at them, showed you in the previous video, lots of castle pieces left over. And I'll show you the minifigs that came in the lot in a sec, which also tells me that there was at least 2, there was 2 yellow castles, but of course the second one is mostly missing. I also, on this one, I didn't have to because the lot came with 2 winches. I used the one without string. The other one has string, but it's not original Lego string. It's thread or something in it. And I just too lazy to cut it out. So I got to use my Michael's string, which is so close to the 1970s string. And it's not even funny. I put the 2 side by side on my old fire trucks and my whatever lifts and all that stuff. I don't think it's fire trucks, but anyway, the crane trucks and the digger dozers from the 70s, and it is virtually, for me, identical. There are Eurobricks.com. There's an old thread. I can't remember how long. I read it so many years ago that tells you exactly where to order the exact thread that the Lego purchased off of whatever company. I believe it's still available, but I don't care. Michael's $3.95 for a spool of thread that'll last me the rest of my life. so I put that on here, and before we go on, for the nostalgic of us out there, I'm gonna start whistling a tune whilst doing this. Earliest memories unlocked again. I will never, ever, hopefully, never forget that tune. And if you're Canadian and you're around my age, you know exactly what that is. Anyway, just because I'd like to throw a little bit of a wrench in the works. 100% basic castle, 100%, absolutely. When they went to the gray and the panels and blah, 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 the much better, much more intricate, much more detailed, much more interesting castles. But this was the original. This was the benchmark to start with, and it is a good castle overall. There's absolutely zero detail, well, minimal details inside. And I'm going to grab this camera and we're going to bring it over here. And I don't know if I can turn, I don't think I can spin it around. So I'm going to have to look at it. So the base plate was broken. So I put that little 2x8, 2x8 there to hold the 2 pieces of base plate together. These things pop out. You take these things off. These are locking mechanisms. And these things pop out. And then you have this really interesting looking castle. You can see that the original gray castles that all clicked together with the 1x2 Technic bricks and pins had kind of carried on with this idea that maybe they should be all linked together. It's kind of neat. The most detail is right here, the 6 1x1 windows and the 1x1 round bricks is the most detailed oriented piece on this whole thing. The hand of God has to move people up here and up here, but I don't care. You know, it's not Jeff's castle. Although Jeff did make a bouncy castle that is an homage to this thing. Over here we have the minifigs, and you can see the minifigs are just absolutely destroyed. It is what it is. I can't really salvage hardly anything. Even the legs that are together, they're extremely loose. I'm not even gonna bother. But you can see how many helmets I got. Look at all the helmets there. That's seriously a plethora of helmets. A cornucopia of helmets. So must have been that's more than would have come in one set. So we're talking more than one set. And then of course these breastplates here, especially the crowns, more than would have come in one set. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe there's those are the right numbers. I don't know. Only one classic gray helmet, which is fantastic, without even a broken chin strap. Fantastic. These visors, fantastic. And then of course all the shields, and this is all the weapons, of course, a bent jousting and a broken flag. C'est la vie. The horses, brick built horses. Really interesting way of, you know, and again, the very next year or 2 years later when they came out with castles, the gray castles, they had actual horses. Let me just push this thing up so you can see me yipping. So I'm glad I built it. And as I said, I used up basically 2/3 of the yellow that came in the lot. So there's 1/3 yellow left. It fits into one of these little bins now. Before it took up a bigger bin. Then I used them all here. 1/3. So I would say 2/3 of the other castle is missing, and I don't feel like getting it. And then the black and the white and the red, not remotely interested in building a second one because, and of course I have one of these, no more base plates, blah blah. Let me knock over horses. So this is my original yellow castle that I keep in here in parts and pieces, and I put it back together occasionally when Josh wants to play with it. I really do. So it's all in here. I throw it in here. It's been together for 2-3 ish decades. I didn't buy it new off the shelf. I did not buy a yellow castle off the shelf. Did not. I got the box for the yellow castle a few years ago, and I gave it to Jeff with all the other boxes that I got, and he took them down to Atlanta and he's exchanged them for whatever he wanted to exchange them for. I'm happy for him. And I have all my minifigs, the good minifigs in here, and every once in a while I'll raid this to get a gray helmet. This one's busted, to make a gray spaceman. so what's going to be salvaged in here on the table is going to be put into here, and I have, you know, the visors in here. So I have, because of all my collecting way back in the day, I got my beautiful flag, and I think I might have another one in here. Yeah, there's another one. So two flags, two good flags, because I have 2 good castles. One's built, the other one is not. But all the minifigs and stuff are in here and in here because they get dropped in here. You can see the parts and pieces down here at the bottom. Occasionally Josh just wants to play castle, and this is the castle. Here he is right there. Scaring the crap out of me. Thanks, Josh. So this is what he does. Teenagers. So I keep this waiting for him, and we'll put it back together whenever he feels like playing with it. It's becoming less and less frequent, but still it's there. I'm not planning on taking this apart and rolling it into the collection, and nor am I going to take this one apart and roll it into the collection. I'll find another bin like this and take that one apart and put it into the bin. Slightly nicer than this. I used to have it nice so you can even put a lid on it, and no bent base plates. The other thing here is, where is it? I had it when I pulled it out. I thought, aha, here we go. Sticker sheet. which I may put on here on this one. So this is from sparestickers.com. They sent me this. I asked for this a long time ago because I was going to do a second castle. My castle has, I believe, if I can dig it up nicely, the sticker still on it. The original sticker still on it, and elsewhere. But I did order this just because I wanted to when I was ordering classic space stickers from Spare Sticker Shop, sparestickers.com. So the meaning, I should have pressed this because now it's all crinkled. I'll put it in the book somewhere. I may put the stickers on this guy. I will pontificate on that. But it's nice to have. And so if you, and again, I can't stress this enough. This is all basic brick. It's a lot of it, some slopes, a couple hinge pieces, but overall, if you want a yellow castle and you have any kind of collection like I have, 1x2s, 1x1s, 1x3s, 1x4, 6, 8 yellow bricks, 2x2, 2x3. I don't think there's 1 2x4 in here. Old light gray plates. And the thing that you might have a tough time coming by is the 6 1x1 windows, but I'm sure if you go on Bricklink, I don't know, they're not that rare. I do know that this lot came with those 6 plus 4 more, so again, there was another yellow castle in there. But there's besides the figs themselves, there's no true rare pieces in the castle itself. I don't think so. The plates may be rare. I don't know. I haven't not looked up the plates and see what they're worth on Bricklink, but these are just basic brick. Here's me knocking my stuff all over the place. So I'm happy I built it, and then so if we get here, so we got the castle. If they went that way, they would have gone right to the castle. Name that movie. One of my favorites. They would have gone right to the castle. I think Jim Henson did that one. I think so. It's been a while. The 80s were great. The 80s were awesome for movies like that. So we got this. So this is a wrap up. We got this guy in the background. You can see him. We got this guy, the all-terrain vehicle. And we got this guy right there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. That's for Dave St. Cyr, by the way. 6 sets. I'd never previously owned this one, by the way. If you saw my review, I didn't have this one, and I actually had to substitute this piece. So now I actually own this one. So this is a new classic space set in my collection that I never owned before. But the rest of them I have multiple copies of, including this guy. But it was an absolutely worthy lot to buy for $70 minus 20%, $72 minus 20%. And I would do it again tomorrow. So, and lots of worthy pieces left over that I'm not even going to bother trying to figure out what sets they came in, because it's just going to be exponentially 40, 30, 20%, and I have to get 70, 80, 90% of the pieces out of my collection, and there's nothing in there that I want to build that I noticed. So I think that's going to wrap it up for the August 2023 lot, the Reconstitution class videos for August 2023. If I come across another lot, I do have again a bin of Value Village / small bags that I've acquired here and there that had interesting pieces, but nothing that would reconstitute a set. But I grabbed them for so I do have a plan in my quote-unquote spare time in the near future to just grab one bag and make a video on it and say why I grabbed it. But I will also completely and clearly say my days of grabbing just random bags or all the bags in value villages or other thrift stores or marketplaces. Like right now, there are some really good lots on my marketplace in the Hamilton, Burlington, Ancaster area. I am not personally remotely interested. Not for me, not for my collection. Agents, friends, and Shimas and stuff like that. Lots of friends. Um, Everything's more recent. Nothing pre 1996. I have not seen anything on Facebook Marketplace. One of my friends sent me a link. I asked if it was already taken. She said, or the person who was selling it said it was pending, and she never got back to me. So I would imagine it was pended and sold. So that's all basically right now I'm looking for is classic space. And if it came with something else that's really cute and fun, then that's absolutely perfect. So I am really much heavily curtailing my purchasing of used Lego right now, to limiting it to, oh, that's classic space, yoink. And especially if it's, oh, that's a lot of good classic space. Like if I see a 4x8 wing plate, I saw a couple lots that, oh, there's one 4x8 wing plate. I'm not interested to get the whole lot of a lot of basic bricks or newer colors to get one. There might have been stuff buried underneath, but it didn't look like there was. I will say that as a quick tangent, I do believe that some people, and I'm not saying this person did it, but some people, I believe, salt their collection in pictures and put half buried. I seen it, LL924 brick that's kind of half buried, kind of right in the middle. So when you look at it, oh, there's a LL924 brick, and then you buy the lot and you realize that there's nothing else at all classic space in that entire lot. So I am very, very cautious. I'm very, very trepidatious. I'm very, very aware and wary of buying lots where there's only like one or two pictures, and it's like you see the box in the distance and it's a blurry or dark picture, and then they show one with the above view, and there's like one classic space brick or whatever thing you're interested in on top, and the rest of it is Lego, or it could be Lego, it could be Mega Block, you don't know, and there's nothing else in that entire picture that even remotely resembles something that might have been the theme that you're interested in or what you're interested in. So I'd rather keep my money to find a lot like this that I know, oh, there's lots of classic space pieces in there. I'm going to go buy it. So I'm becoming quite more aware and not quick to jump on lots anymore. And therefore, there's a lot of lots out there because I ain't buying them. There's a couple classic space sets in box for sale, but it's in Waterloo or out there, St. Jacobs, and even north of Toronto. I'm not interested. There's a command center that's been on continuously on Marketplace that I keep on stumbling across with box. I don't care enough about boxes. I don't. None of these have boxes. I'm more excited about what I did here and the videos I got to make here that have nothing to do with boxes, nothing to do with instructions, just reconstituting wonderful sets of my youth and talking about it with you, and the box would just take up room. I really, really love and appreciate those people who want the boxes, MISB, or MSIB, mint, yeah, MIS, a mint and seal box, or even not, just a box that has the pieces in it. They're out there, by the way, people. I keep on seeing them. I am just not interested because usually, and I'm not faulting the seller, box and instructions all since $400 minimum, right? For a 926 command center. I can build right now in this room, if I wanted to stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning, I could build minimum 3 of those right now. I am not interested. And I don't know how many I actually have built. So again, that's not, just my flaky memory, first of all, but also the keep on reminding myself that I am going to do the big show. I can't, at my age, hey, you kids, get off my grass. At my age now, I can't It's not I can't afford it because money. It's I don't have lots of money, but for my hobby, $400 is whatever, right? Uh, but I can't, for me, justify me spending $400 on a command center that the box is going to sit here and do nothing except take up space when I already have a command center or two or four. Uh, so there's no necessity for me. And I'm gonna say this: I felt very very good. I felt extremely good at Bricks in the Six when I sold Cosmic Fleet Voyager 6985. I believe that's correct. But it was a 69. That's what I know for sure. It was a 6985 to a friend, and I had a box which had nothing to do with the 6985 that I sold. I had a 6985 box. I considered it pretty beat up. The front cover was mint, but as soon as you lifted up the front cover, the paper inside and the ends were pretty beat up, and there was like that greenish packing tape or brownish packing tape to hold the box together. I was going to burn it. And as a matter of fact, I had posted online on my Facebook for my friends, oh, look what I'm going to bring to burn that the next time I go camping. And the box was on top because I remember when people lost their memories, lost their collective zen when I brought my 10 497 box, one of three 10 497 boxes to camping, and I burnt it, and I did a live and I did a slow-mo, and I'm burning a 10 497 box, and people just lost their collective minds. And I'm going, what? Like, it's a box. It's not the actual Lego. It's a box. And not only is it a box, it's a brand new box that's not even 2 months old. There's no historical value to it at all. Yes, it's 10 497. That it may become historically, but again, it's a box. I don't care. People who do care about boxes, I appreciate you, and I want you to keep on appreciating boxes. I want to do a show or go to a show where, and I've seen them in the Facebooks where they post all the classic space boxes, and it's beautiful. It makes my eyes misty to see those boxes, and somebody's taking care of those boxes. It's not going to be me taking care of those boxes, but I'm glad somebody's out there doing that, doing their due diligence to keep all the boxes and have the history and blah blah blah. And so I support you. If I come across a box from now on, an old box, I gave a whole bunch of boxes to my buddy Jeff, a whole bunch of them that I got for $50. And there was a whole bunch of boxes in there, and they were mint. Overall, most of them were absolutely mint boxes. All the inserts were gone, whatever, if they had inserts. When I was a kid, you kids, most of the boxes didn't have inserts. You just popped off the end and dumped off the pieces. There's no plastic bags. I mentioned that the other day. No plastic bags, no nothing. Just pieces, bricks and instructions inside the box. Sometimes you had a plastic insert tray for the bigger sets, but anyway. So that's it. That's all. I think I am done with the Reconstitution, as I said before. So let's wrap this up so I don't repeat myself, something I'm prone to do. So I'm happy. I'm very happy with all of this. And I will start sorting the rest of the pieces into the collection. If I come across something really unique, but I've seen everything that's been in the collection, but if I come across something that's, I'm going to show you, I'll make a video on it. But other than that, I think this is done. And I thank you for coming along for the ride with me for a week. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my pseudo reviews of all the sets I just reconstituted and the tangents we went on. It was nice after 3 weeks of absence of making these videos. I really enjoyed it. And I thought this was an absolute worthy lot to get back into the swing of things. And then going forward, I'm going to, as I said, I got some bags down there. I will absolutely say, I'm going to quote Gandalf here, because Gandalf, the wise, expect to see me when you see me. If there's something going on that is preventing me from making videos, I will absolutely make a video to tell you there's something that's preventing me from making videos. And I'll tell you I'm having a leave of absence. As it is, there may be a week, a day, a week, or whatever. A couple days will go by where there's no videos. because my life is busy, and it's a good busy right now. And my kid's going into high school, so there's going to be that. There's going to be whatever sports team he tries out for, whatever extracurricular activities he's going to do. The nights are getting longer, the days are getting shorter. There's some work to do around the house. So I am going to not promise updates every day, like sometimes I've done. I'm not going to promise even every week. But if a week or two goes by, nothing's wrong. Honest to God, nothing's wrong. If there's something wrong, I have no problem letting you guys know. It's just life got busy. And this is my hobby. And this is exactly why I'm not doing Patreon. This is exactly why I'm not doing, hey, send me money. Here's my P.O. box. Send me gifts. Send me, whatever in a box. Like some of the people I watch on YouTube. And again, I appreciate those people. And I've sent money to Patreon as a Patreon or as a one-time donate, whatever you call those guys. I've sent money to other YouTube channels. I don't want money from anybody. I don't want gifts from anybody. And I don't expect it. And my YouTube channel doesn't warrant that. It does not warrant any of that overhead. This is me talking to a camera, going off on stupid tangents, and a few people out there who I love and adore and appreciate like it, and I will keep doing it. Honestly, even if they didn't. But I do appreciate the people who do watch. We are family here, and I don't expect family to give me money to do this. This is my hobby, and as such, since this is my hobby happens when I have time for my hobby. So yeah, I think I made that abundantly clear many times. Just in case you're new here, I am ordering pieces to finish reconstituting some of the sets that have white or other missing pieces. I may take some videos when that's complete. I've taken far too many videos of this guy already. I don't think I'm gonna make another video saying, "Hey, I got the trans green piece. Oh, it's done! Yay!" No, this guy's done to death now in video. This guy was all done, so that's really pieces are falling off. Chips are falling. Chips are falling. Again, quote: "Chips are falling. Chips are falling." Andy, you got the knife. I got the gun. Come on, baby, a little bit fun. WKRP, best show. I won't say that. Lovely show. That one's completely done. That one's almost done over there. I think that one. Oh yeah, I'm still missing a piece on that one. This one is done. Yes. This one is done. Yes. That one needs some pieces. This one's done. So that one's done. I gotta go. You guys all stay safe. Take care. I enjoyed this. I hope you guys did too. And I will talk to you soon.